Hi everybody, so I hope you're all keeping well in this situation. So I know the Pilates classes have stopped, and so I thought I would spend my evening putting together a little class for everybody to have a go with at home. So I hope you enjoy it. It's just a short little bit that you can do whenever, some of the real sort of core moves that we always do. So I hope you enjoy it, and let me know how you get on. Okay, so we're going to start up in standing. Okay, so finding that hip distance apart, and then we'll just start with taking your weight forward onto the front of your foot and back onto your heels. So just that sway forward and back. Good. Finding that midpoint, so your weight's nice and evenly distributed across your feet, softening through the knees so they're not locked back. Hands onto your hips, getting that tilt forward and then back. A nice shift of movement through the pelvis, finding your neutral spine. Spine elongated, collarbones wide, arms down by your side. We're just going to start off with some arm circles. So taking one arm up and then back. Just making those nice big scoops. My house, it really isn't that small. I know I look really tall in this video, but just getting used to the positioning of the iPad. Good, let's take it onto the other side. So just really trying to loosen off the shoulder muscles, getting those arms going. Okay, last one, let's take both arms together, taking it up and back. Scooping through. Try not to flare through your chest as you take your arms back. Let's add a twist. So arms up and twist, down and back. We're switching sides. Up and twist, down and back. Nice easy breaths in and out as we do this. Trying to keep the hips pointing forwards. Lovely. Let's make the next one your last one. Resting back to centre and do upper back stretch. So you clasp the fingertips together, softening the knees, press the hands down to the floor, rounding through that upper back, reaching to the floor. Feel that stretch. Arms up, reach away again. And then up all the way overhead. Really try and tilt the palms of your hands up towards the ceiling and release. Well done. Clasping the hands together, pressing down, reaching to the floor, arms up, reaching away again, and then up overhead. Reach and release. Good, let's do it once more. Breath out, reaching to the floor, rounding that upper back, really stretching, arms up, reach away, and then all the way up overhead and release. Well done. Let's take those feet wide, so toes slightly turned out. We're going to go into your plie squats. So just watch for your neutral pelvis, so just tucking under so that the tailbone feels like it's shining down to the floor, taking your arms wide into that squat and back up. Lovely, hold this squat down, one hand to the waist, one hand up, that side bend for your mermaid stretch. Really reach, breath out. Good, reaching up and side bend. Lovely. One more each side. Really feel that stretch through the side of your body. Back to centre and straighten up. Okay, bring those feet back to hip distance apart. I'm just going to work on a little bit of balance around ankles and feet. So we're just going to float up onto the tiptoes. So we're getting that float up and down. Floating up and down. So trying to keep the pressure even at the front of the foot. So imagine you've got a small ball between your ankles and you're trying not to do that roll out. So trying to keep that nice alignment. Add some arms, so floating the arms up overhead and back down. Up and down. Up and down. Trying to make that conscious decision to come down rather than your body just falling back down. Good, one more. Lovely. Okay, we're going to now practice your standing balance. So placing one foot forward into your stance phase, keeping those hips nice and level. Centre set, floating one foot up in front of you, doing an ankle circle. So aiming to keep those hips nice and level and the standing leg nice and strong. Let's take the leg the ankle the other way. Collarbones wide. Lovely. Relax the ankle and then we'll place that foot back down. We'll go on to the other side. Stepping forward, floating up. We'll do the ankle circle. Good. And the other way. Lovely. And floating down. Okay, so we're going to do roll down now. So if you turn to the side, so you're in line with your mat, softening through the knees, we'll take a breath in, breath out, peeling down. So that chin to chest, bone by bone, unstacking all the way down. So just allowing everything to release towards the floor. We'll hold on to your elbows and have that little rock from side to side. So let the head relax and let the little sway like a little pendulum. Just let you feel like you're getting just a little bit deeper into that stretch. And then find your centre and the stillness, releasing the arms. Make sure the back of the neck is relaxed. And just take a really good full breath in and breath out. And again, breath in, breath out. Good, softening the knees, tucking under and restacking all the way back up. Finishing with a nice roll through the shoulders, down and back. Okay, we'll go again, breath in, breath out, peeling down. So unstacking that spine all the way forward and down. Just imagine that gravity is just pulling you forward, stretching you out without forcing anything. Remembering to breathe. Softening the knees, and then we'll get that pelvis tucked under. So really try and get that tuck under as you peel all the way back up. Finishing with that roll down and back. Okay, let's do one full roll down. Again, breath in. Thinking about that nice articulation through the spine as you forward fold. Soften the knees and restack all the way back up. Good, well done. So we're going to roll down now and take it down onto your hands and knees. So taking that breath in, breath out, peeling down. Good. Popping the hands down, bending the knees. We're going to come onto your hands and knees next. So knees underneath the hips, hip distance apart, and hands just slightly in front of the shoulders. We're going to just work on that spine a little bit more. I know mine's been really stiff with all the sitting I've been doing the last few days. So we're going to do cat stretch. Taking a breath in, as you breathe out, tuck your back, tuck your pelvis, arching your back up to the ceiling, chin towards your chest. Good, and then dipping down, allowing that arch of the spine to the floor. Breath in, breath out, tucking under. Reaching that back up. And then dipping it down. So just really allowing that movement as you flow from one position to the other. Make the next arch up to the ceiling. We'll make this one your last one. Excuse me. And then relaxing by about half. Okay, now we're going to do thread the needle. So taking one hand, we're getting that scoop through. So really rotating through the upper spine, taking the hand back behind you. So it should be a nice flowing movement, thread the needle. So you're getting that smooth movement forward and back, along with the nice easy breathing. Lovely. Good. And then we'll swap sides. We're taking the other hand, scooping through and back. Make this one your last one. Placing those hands back down. So your spine should feel a bit more mobile now. We're going to work on the core. So we're going to stay in this position. We're going to do swimming level 4. We're going to go straight into the full swimming manoeuvre or swimming position. So we're going to engage through the core. So just slightly feel like you're scooping through that lower tummy, keeping your back nice and flat, back of the neck nice and long, chest lifted, taking opposite arm and leg out, and then floating back. Opposite side, reaching away and back. So aiming to keep the back nice and flat and not allowing that side to side shift. Imagine you've got a tray of drinks on your back. You're trying not to spill it. Lovely. One more each side. Super. Just going to address that core a little bit more. We're going to tuck your toes underneath. We're going to do your leg pull prone prep. So again, keeping that spine nice and long. Just lifting and hovering the knees up off the mat a couple of inches and hold. And then floating back down. Breath in, breath out, centre set, lifting back up. And lower. And again. And lower. One more time. Centre set, lifting. And lower. Release the toes, press your bottom back to your heel for that shell stretch. Good, breath in and breath out. Super. Right, let's go and have a lie on your back now. So if you haven't got a thin block, then just a thin towel will be adequate just to support your head. Okay. Okay, so thin block underneath the head. We'll find that hip distance apart, so start with the feet together. We'll go toes out, heels out to get that nice alignment through the feet, following through the legs. And then to find neutral pelvis, we'll tilt your pelvis forward and back. So that arch under the back and then that flatten down. Good. Finding that mid position, so the back is not touching the floor but it's not got a massive gap between it. Centre set. So engaging through the pelvic floor, scooping through the lower tummy. Just to engage those deep abdominals. Collarbones wide, arms down by your side. We're going to do hip twist level 1. So taking a breath in, as you breathe out, set your centre, float one knee to the side and then back. Opposite side, floating out and back. Breath in, breath out as you float the knee to the side, and a breath in as you float back. So we're just rotating through the hip joint, but we're keeping the pelvis level. So that tray of drinks that you had on your back earlier, is now across the front of your pelvis. Try not to spill it. The other thing is to just keep an eye on the leg that's not moving, making sure that that's not counterbalancing and helping you out. So it should be a nice smooth flow of movement, alternating sides, keeping that centre engaged. Good, we're going to do one more each leg. Lovely. Okay, we're going to take this up into level 3 now. So we're going to float one leg up into tabletop. So we've got that hip and knee at 90. This time we're going to abduct the legs. The whole leg's moving to the side, just floating the leg to the side, keeping the knee and hip in a line, and then floating back together. So we're just going to stick to one side, take the knee out and back. So if I just twizzle around to show you what I mean, so the leg's like that, taking the leg out and back. Okay. So the foot and the knee want to stay in a line. So you're not dropping the knee out, that's not leading the movement. Good, one more on this side. And floating that leg down. Opposite side floating up, that leg out to the side and back. Out and back. Breath out, breath in. So keeping this pelvis level across here. Breath out, breath in. Not letting those drinks spill off. Watch the other leg as well. It's easy for that to compensate. And make sure your knee and your foot are in alignment, the one of the leg that's moving. Good, one more this side. And floating that leg down. We're now going to do the same movement, but add, lost my face. We're going to add an arm movement in as well. So we're going to float the leg which we started on with, for floating up to tabletop. The other arm, opposite arm, is floating up to shoulder height. So as you float the leg to the side, the arm floats to the side. It doesn't have to go all the way down to the floor, just about mirroring what the leg's doing. And back. Breath out. And in. And back. Good. Last one. Floating those legs, those arm and leg down, opposite arm and leg floating up. Let's that float to the side and back. Keep that centre engaged, try not to lose control through the core. Lovely, last one. Good, floating your arm and leg back down. Sticking with the hip twist, we'll go to level 2. So bringing the legs together, arms out at shoulder height, taking both knees across to one direction, looking towards the other. So we're getting that nice rotation through the spine. Breath in, relaxing into that stretch. Breathing in and out. And then your next out breath, we're going to pull through the side of the body, peeling yourself back to centre, and then up across to the other side. So it's that rotation. Breath in, breath out, and peeling back up. Good. Switching sides, getting that nice flowing movement, and that pause to enjoy the stretch. Smooth movement up and across, taking it out. Good, we'll go one more, both the other direction. Good, and the other way. Lovely, well done. We'll just come and have a lie on your side. Next, so we're going to do one called side kick level 2. So we're going to take the thin block, taking the bottom arm overhead, popping the thin block between your head and your arm, and your legs are out long. Sorry, my hands and feet are chopped off in this video, I do apologise. So shoulders and hips stacked, I'm going to draw that top hip away. So the top side of you feels nice and long, you've got a little mouse hole between your waist and the floor. Lift the top leg up to hip height, that's nice and straight, engaging through the core, just kick that leg forward and then back. Glide forward and back. So we're trying to keep that core nice and controlled, keeping your neutral pelvis. So don't round through the spine, don't give through the middle. So that's nice and engaged. You're getting that kick forward and back. Breath out, breath in. Good. One more. Brilliant. Good, and floating that leg back down. We'll take it up and repeat that on the other side. So thin block again. If you have, so arm overhead, thin block between your head and your arm. Just wriggle up. So that's nicely supported. Hips stacked, shoulders stacked, legs out in line with the body, or just ever so slightly in front. Keep that top hip drawn away. You've got your little mouse hole. Centre set, float the top leg up and then kicking it forward and back. That nice float forward and back, controlling through the core so you're not rounding that lower back. You should be working through the glutes, but the core should be helping keep you stable in this side lying position. Nearly there. One more after this one. Super. And then floating that leg down. Good. Let's take it onto your hands and knees now. So we're just going to finish off with a little pigeon stretch. So we're going to take one leg up, scoop it through between the other arm and leg. Slide that leg back, coming onto your forearms. So you're getting a stretch through the glute muscle. I love the pigeon stretch. I think it's great for stretching through the hip, but also opens up that lower back as well. So relaxing through the shoulders, head and neck, taking good breath in and out, allowing that stretch. Good. Pressing up, and we'll switch sides, so bring that leg back, and then take the other leg up, scooping it through, sliding the leg back, coming forward onto your forearms. So remembering to use the breath, trying to release any tension through the shoulders. Good, pressing up. And then we're going to come and have a lie on your back just to finish off with. So popping the thin block under your head just to create a bit of support, taking the legs out long if you can tolerate it. If not, keep the legs bent. You want to give your fingers and toes a little bit of a wriggle. Just allow the hips to relax, so just give the legs a little rock. Allow the shoulder blades to melt into the mat, so shoulder girdles relaxing. And then we'll just purse the lips and screw up the eyes, feel those face muscles tighten and release. Feel that any tension in your face melting away. And I just want you to take a really good deep breath in and out. And again, breath in and breath out. So just to allow your body just to relax slightly. See what it feels like after that short session of Pilates. Releasing any tension. Just let your mind be still for a moment. Try and take your mind off any worries and stresses you have. Good, well done. Take your time in that position. If you need to spend a little bit more time relaxing, please feel free to. I hope you've enjoyed the little class. I hope to make some more videos soon, but I hope that helps you